I want to stay on the subject of tax reform. Our next guest, in his latest Fox News op-ed, says, quote, taxes and the rich, yes, they pay their fair share, and they will after tax reform too. Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary, joins us now. Ari, it's always good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
So you think that the rich are going to continue to pay an enormous amount of money in taxes and that tax reform won't help them that much?
Well, it may help them because it'll help the economy to boom again, and that helps all Americans, particularly lower income and middle income people who haven't gotten a raise in 10 years. But the way our tax structure is set up, Stuart, everybody knows this. The top 10% of earners make about 47% of the nation's income and pay 71% of the nation's income tax. The code is very fair already, and that's because half the country doesn't pay any income taxes. And that's going to remain very much the same after tax reform. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the burden on upper income people actually goes up, because there are so many provisions in the tax reform that help middle income and low income people pay less.
But then it doesn't stimulate the economy, does it? I mean, you need to put a lot of fresh money into private enterprise to get the growth rate from 3 to 4%. What you're talking about doesn't really do that, does it?
First of all, it would be delightful to go and stimulate the economy to get from 2 to 3%. We've had such weak economic growth for 10 years in a row. That's what's hurt middle-income Americans the most. That's why there's no wage pressure for their salaries to go up. The economy needs that boost. It needs to boom again. The best thing you can do to help the economy boom again is to cut marginal income tax rates. We'll see if that's a part of tax reform or not.
Before I move on, I do want to ask you the same question I've asked all morning. Do you think we'll ever get used to this president and his tweets and his language?
Well, I think we will, and I think what you see, frankly, is what we always knew in the campaign. Donald Trump is different. He came to Washington to change things, not to fit into things. Sometimes it upsets a lot of people, and sometimes he goes too far. But that is who America elected as president. I'm more focused on policies because at the end of the day, we're not governing by tweets, we're governed by laws, and we need to pass laws.
Now, Fox is confirming that the Clinton campaign, along with the DNC, funded research that led to that notorious Trump dossier. That's opposition research, maybe unethical, but is it illegal? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's illegal, but people should go into this eyes wide open. Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC paid for a researcher to get information from the Kremlin to damage Donald Trump. Now, that is interference in the American election. Russia provided Hillary's paid researcher with dirt on Trump, turned out not to be true. And that is what was so unsettling about the charges of Trump colluded with the Russians to disseminate Hillary's emails. Mueller is investigating that. So far, there's no evidence at all that anybody in the Trump campaign did that. But now the Washington Post reports Hillary did.
I think we'll see the day when the Democrats rue the day that they went so big on Russia, Russia, Russia and Donald Trump. I mean, they might be regretting that now.
I think that's a distinct possibility. Look, from the start, I've always said I have faith in Bob Mueller. When a lot of Republicans were saying don't have faith in Bob Mueller, I did because I know him. And I think he's a man down the middle, and if he sees wrongdoing, he will blow the whistle on wrongdoing, and that's the way the system should work.
Last one. Would you like to be President Trump's spokesperson? I know you've been asked this before. I'm asking again. I want to see a smile on your face.
Stuart, I don't want to be anybody's spokesperson. I spent 21 wonderful years in this town. I was done when I was done.
Yes, sir. I can understand that. Ari Fleischer, thank you, sir. Appreciate you being with us.